Hey everyone. You know how it seems like just about everybody these days wants to be a YouTuber or a TikTok star?
Right.
Well, you sent in some super interesting research on how people are actually like making money from all this
Yeah.
and this whole creator economy thing.
hmm
And well, let me tell you, it's a lot more complicated than just hitting record
Right.
and hoping that, the views and the money just start rolling in.
Absolutely. It's a whole ecosystem.
Yeah.
You're talking about different ways to get income,
Yeah.
algorithms you have to understand, brand deals.
Right.
It's a lot of hustle. It really is.
So the stuff you sent over, it actually said that only 6% of YouTubers ever even get to the point
Wow.
where they can, start making money from ads.
That's right. It's really interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
The creator economy has just exploded.
Yeah.
And while there are some people at the top making a ton of money, we're talking millions, the reality is that most people never reach that level.
Yeah. It's a tough business.
It is.
Yeah.
It's super competitive. Very few people actually make it to that level.
So that's what we're going to deep dive on today, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, how do you actually make money?
Yeah, and we're going to separate the myths from the realities and tell you what it really takes to make a living from making videos.
All right, so let's start with the basics. I know your research talked about a ton of different ways creators are making money.
Yes.
So let's start with ads, because that's what everybody knows, right?
Okay.
Those YouTube ads. So YouTube has that partner program, the YPP.
Yeah.
And that's how creators get, a cut of the ad revenue when the ads run on their videos.
Right.
But what's that actually look like in terms of like earnings? Is it actually as good as it seems?
Well, it can be, but you need to manage expectations.
Yeah.
It's not just about the number of views that you get. It's also what type of views you're getting.
Okay.
We call this CPM, or cost per 1,000 views. And that number can change a lot depending on a few things. Your niche, where your audience is, even just which platform you're on.
So you're saying that like a tech review channel that has a US-based audience might earn more
Yes.
than, say, a knitting channel with a global audience.
Precisely. And some YouTubers in high-value niches with the right demographics can see CPMs of $7, $8, $9, even $11.
Wow.
And some people only average $1 or $2.
Oh, wow.
And then there's TikTok. TikTok has just exploded in popularity, but the ad revenue there is much, much lower than on YouTube.
Oh, really?
Yeah, often just a few cents per 1,000 views.
So even if you have a TikTok video that goes super viral, you're not necessarily going to be rolling in the dough from the ads in the app.
It's a catch-22. TikTok can make you famous, but you have to be smart about how you make money from that fame.
Right. Okay. So that's where these other ways of making money come in.
Right.
So we've got ads.
Yep.
What about brand sponsorships? It seems like every YouTuber has some sort of sponsored content.
Yeah, and you know what? Brands are turning to creators as a way to reach new customers. It's called influencer marketing. So instead of a normal ad, it's the creator talking about a product as part of their video.
Right. So instead of a commercial break, the creator just sort of weaves in a mention of the product.
Exactly. It's win-win.
Yeah.
The brand reaches a new audience, and the creator gets paid. And the earnings can be much higher than ad revenue.
Oh, wow. I've heard of YouTubers making like tens of thousands of dollars for one sponsored video. But is that normal?
It happens for the top creators, but even those in the middle with a decent audience often make hundreds or even thousands of dollars per video.
Wow.
The research you sent mentioned that people with 50,000 to 100,000 subscribers
Okay.
make somewhere between $500 and $2,000 per video, and sometimes even more.
But I imagine getting these sponsorships takes more work than just turning on ads in your video.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of work involved.
Yeah.
You need to contact brands, negotiate, make sure that the brand fits with your audience. You have to deliver what you promise. It's a lot of work.
So it's not enough to just have like a big audience. You also have to have the right audience.
That's right.
One that the brands actually want to, reach.
That's key. And brands want to see engagement.
Engagement.
Yeah, are people liking the videos, commenting, sharing, clicking links?
It's
all about trust.
All right, so we've got ads, we've got brand sponsorships.
Uh-huh.
What about fans who just want to support the creators they love?
Right, that's called fan funding, and it's becoming more popular all the time. Platforms like YouTube and TikTok have features where viewers can directly support creators.
Okay. So like when I see YouTubers with those join buttons,
Yeah.
or I see something about channel memberships.
Right, that's like a VIP club for your biggest fans.
Yeah.
They pay a monthly fee,
Okay.
and they get special emojis or extra content or
Yeah.
badges, and maybe they get to chat with the creator directly.
Okay.
The creator usually gets 70% of that money.
So if you have, say, 1,000 fans paying $5 a month, you can make over $3,000 a month.
Yeah. And then there's things like Super Chat, where people can pay to have their messages highlighted in a live stream.
Right.
Or they can do super thanks, which is just a way to thank the creator.
So it's like leaving a tip for your bartender, but for digital content.
Exactly. And then there's Patreon and Buy Me a Coffee and Ko-Fi. Those are popular too.
So it seems like there are a lot of ways fans can pay creators directly. But how much money do creators actually make from this compared to ads and brand deals?
It depends, but it looks like fan funding is a smaller part of the income, maybe 8%.
So it's maybe more about stability than being the main source of income?
Right, and it helps build community.
Yeah.
It's a good way for creators to build relationships with their fans and make their business more stable.
So we've got ads, sponsorships, fan funding. What about merch?
You're right. We haven't even talked about that. That's a big part of the picture, too.
Yeah.
If you have a recognizable brand and loyal fans, why not let them buy things?
Right, like T-shirts, hoodies.
Right, exactly. Mugs. And now there are print-on-demand services, so creators don't even have to worry about shipping or inventory.
So the fan orders the stuff,
Yeah.
and the company makes it and ships it.
That's it.
And the creator just gets a cut of the profits.
It's a great deal for creators.
It really is.
Oh,
So
yeah.
are there any creators that are doing this really well?
Tons. PewDiePie, for example.
Hmm.
He has his own clothing line, accessories, even an energy drink.
Wow.
Emma Chamberlain started a coffee company. And Simply Nailogical, the nail artist we mentioned before, has a nail polish line that always sells out.
Amazing. So how much money are we talking here? Is this like a big part of their income?
It can be. For
Yeah.
creators with big audiences, merch can be a significant portion of their income. It looks like it might be about 10% on average, but sometimes even more.
So we've got ads, sponsorships, fan funding, merch, anything else?
One more. Affiliate marketing.
Affiliate marketing.
Yeah. Creators earn commissions by recommending products or services. It's like a referral system.
So if, say, I'm a tech YouTuber and I'm reviewing the latest smartphone, right, I would put a special link in the description. Yeah. And if someone clicks that link and buys the phone, yeah, I get like a cut.
Exactly.
Right.
The commission could be a percentage of the sale or just a flat fee. It depends.
Right.
So the more you sell, the more you earn.
That makes sense. But I'm imagining it could be kind of off-putting to viewers.
Right.
If it seems like the creators, always trying to sell them stuff.
That's why you have to be transparent. Be honest.
Yeah.
Only recommend products you like and use yourself.
So it's about trust.
Trust is everything.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so I'm starting to get the bigger picture now. It's not just about making good videos, it's about being a business person.
Right, exactly. But if you really want to be successful, you have to understand the numbers.
The numbers.
Yeah, like the things that determine how much money you can make.
Okay, so what are these magic numbers? Is it just views and followers?
Well, views are still important, but there's more to it than that. You have to think about things like watch time, completion rate, and engagement rate.
Okay, let's break it down. Watch time.
Uh-huh.
That's huge on YouTube. Why is that?
Watch time tells YouTube that your content is good, that it's keeping people's attention.
So a 10-minute video where people watch the whole thing is better than a 20-minute video where people click away after a couple minutes.
Exactly. YouTube wants people to stay on YouTube.
Yeah.
So they reward videos with high watch time by showing them to more people.
Oh, wow. So high watch time means more views, which then leads to more watch time.
That's right. So clickbait might get you views, but it will hurt you in the long run.
Because people won't watch the whole video.
Right.
Okay. What about completion rate?
That's huge on TikTok.
Okay.
What percentage of your video do people watch?
Okay.
TikTok wants people to watch till the end, so they show those videos to more people. It can make a big difference in how many people see your video.
Makes sense. You want people to watch the whole thing. But TikTok videos are so short.
That's the thing. Even with short videos, completion rate matters a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And then there are view loops.
View loops.
Yeah, that's when people watch your video over and over.
Yeah.
That tells the algorithm that your video is super engaging.
So it's not just about how many people watch your video. It's about how many times they watch it.
Exactly. And TikTok is all about view loops.
It's like a whole science.
It is. It really is. But there's one more metric we need to talk about. Subscriber count or follower count.
Most people probably think that the more subscribers or followers you have,
Right.
the better. Like more subscribers equals more views.
Right.
Equals more money.
Yeah. It's not that simple, though.
Oh, really?
Platforms are starting to care more about engagement.
So you're saying it's not enough to have 1 million subscribers?
Right. You need them to be active, watching your videos, liking them, commenting, sharing them.
And what about YouTube specifically?
Well, on YouTube, you need 1,000 subscribers
Okay.
and 4,000 hours of watch time before you can even start making money from ads.
So that's like the first hurdle.
Yeah. But even after you reach that, subscriber count isn't everything. Both platforms really care about engagement now.
And what about TikTok? Do followers matter as much there?
Follower count grows much faster on TikTok. You could get 1 million followers in just a few weeks.
But you're not going to make millions of dollars
What?
just from ads in the app.
Even with a lot of followers, you need to find other ways to make money.
So what? You use TikTok to get famous, and then you go to YouTube to get rich.
That's kind of it, yeah.
Yeah.
But even on TikTok, making a living takes time and effort.
So we've talked about watch time, completion rate, subscriber count. What's the last metric?
Engagement rate.
Engagement rate.
It's the most important one, really. How much are people interacting with your videos?
Okay.
Are they liking them,
Yeah.
commenting, sharing them, clicking links?
So that's how the algorithm decides who to show your video to.
Right. High engagement tells the platform that your videos are good.
And it's not just the algorithm, right?
No.
Brands care about engagement too.
Absolutely. Brands want to work with creators who have engaged audiences.
So a creator with 100,000 followers and a 10% engagement rate is more valuable to a brand than a creator with 1 million followers but only a 1% engagement rate.
It's very possible.
It's not just about how many people see your videos, it's about how they react.
Exactly. And engagement is also important for merch sales, live streams,
Okay.
your whole business, really.
So creators need to pay attention to these numbers.
All the time, yeah. And always be looking for ways to improve.
Okay, so it's not all sunshine and rainbows. I think people think that becoming a creator is an easy way to get rich quickly. Is that true?
You have to be realistic.
Yeah.
It takes time and work.
So I shouldn't quit my job just because I posted a funny cat video?
Probably not. There are
Yeah.
some people who get lucky and have a video go viral.
Right.
But that's rare. For most people, it's a slow process.
How slow are we talking?
It depends, but on YouTube, it could take months or years to make a real living. And that's assuming you even get 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time.
Which is the first step to even making money.
That's right.
So you're saying there's a long period where you're working really hard, but not making much money.
You have to love creating content. It can't just be about the money.
Right.
The people who succeed are the ones who are passionate and dedicated.
Okay, so real talk. How long does it take for a YouTube channel to become profitable?
I would say 2 to 3 years is pretty normal.
Yeah.
At that point, you might have over 100,000 subscribers.
Okay.
And you're making a few $1,000s a month.
That's encouraging, but it sounds like you have to be patient.
You do. It's a marathon, not a sprint. And TikTok can be faster because videos can go viral more easily.
So you can build an audience quicker.
Yes, but remember, the ad revenue is lower on TikTok. So you need to find other ways to make money, like sponsorships or merch.
So TikTok is for getting famous, and YouTube is for getting rich.
That's one way to look at it. But no matter what platform you're on, making a living takes work.
All right, so we've talked about the good stuff, like different ways to make money, but what about the bad stuff? What are some of the challenges people should know about?
Well, this is a competitive business.
Yeah, it seems like everyone is trying to be a creator.
They are.
So how do you stand out?
That's the big question. Every niche is already crowded with creators who have big audiences.
Yeah.
It's hard for new people to be seen.
And I'm guessing the algorithms play a big role.
They do. The algorithms decide which videos people see,
Right.
and they're constantly changing.
I've heard creators say that their views can tank overnight because of an algorithm change.
Oh yeah, it happens all the time. YouTube has changed its algorithm a lot over the years. Like back in 2016, they started prioritizing watch time.
Yeah, I remember that. That's why a lot of those like short clickbaity videos disappeared.
Exactly. Creators had to start making longer, more interesting videos.
Yeah.
And then there's TikTok, and nobody really understands TikTok's algorithm.
It's like a secret, right?
It's stressful for a lot of creators. They have no control over it.
So we've got market saturation, algorithm changes. What else?
Well, the platforms can change the rules whenever they want.
Yeah.
Like in 2018 when YouTube made it harder to make money from ads.
Yeah, a lot of smaller creators got demonetized.
It was tough. And it shows why it's important to not rely on just one platform.
Do you need to be on multiple platforms?
It's a good idea. That way you can reach more people and you're not dependent on any one platform.
So we've got market saturation, algorithms, rule changes. What other challenges are there?
Well, the income can be unpredictable.
Oh, how so?
Ad revenue goes up and down. It's usually lower in January after the holidays.
Okay.
And if the economy isn't doing well, brands might spend less on advertising.
So you could have a great month and then a terrible month
Yeah.
for no reason.
It happens. And it's the same with sponsorships. You might have a bunch of deals one month and nothing the next.
So how do you manage that?
You need multiple streams of income.
Like we talked about before.
Right. And you need to save money for those slow months.
Okay, that makes sense. But what about the mental and emotional toll?
Right.
This has to be stressful.
It is. Burnout is a big problem for creators. There's pressure to always be making content
Yeah.
and to meet deadlines, and people can be mean online.
Yeah, for sure.
And then there's the fact that your work is always out there for everyone to see.
So it's hard to separate your work life from your personal life.
Right. It's easy to burn out.
So what's the solution?
Self-care is important. Take breaks, set boundaries, don't spend all your time online. Take care of your mental health.
Yeah, that's good advice for everyone, not just creators.
It is, and you need a support system.
Like friends and family.
Yes, and other creators, people who understand what you're going through.
Okay, are there any other risks we should talk about?
Well, there are copyright issues. You can get in trouble if you use music or video clips without permission.
So I can't just use my favorite song in my video.
No, you need to get permission.
Uh-huh.
And then there's brand safety.
Brand safety.
Yeah, brands don't want to be associated with content that's offensive or controversial.
So if a creator is involved in a scandal, brands won't work with them.
That's right. So creators need to be careful about what they say and do online.
It's not just about being funny or entertaining, it's also about being responsible.
Right. And the last thing is platform dependence.
What's that?
It's the risk of relying on just one platform. What happens if that platform shuts down?
Or changes the rules in a way that hurts your income.
Exactly. We saw it happen with Vine. It was really popular, and then it just disappeared.
So it's risky to put all your eggs in one basket.
Right. You should try to be on multiple platforms.
Okay, that makes sense. It's a lot to think about. It's not as simple as just making videos and uploading them.
No, it's not.
But there are creators out there who are really successful.
Oh, yeah.
So what are they doing that the rest of us aren't?
Well, we can learn from them. There are certain things that most successful creators do.
And that's what we'll talk about next.
Yeah. We'll look at some real-world examples.
Sounds good. So we talked about the good stuff, all the different ways you can make money, but what about the not so good stuff? The challenges, the risks?
Sure.
Like what should creators, be prepared for? What are some of the things that they should know going into this?
Well, for one thing, it's a really tough business.
Yeah.
There's a lot of competition.
Yeah, it seems like everybody wants to be a creator these days.
It does, doesn't it?
So how do you stand out? How do you make your videos, get seen when there are just millions of other videos out there?
It's a big question.
Yeah.
Every niche is already full of creators who have huge audiences.
Right.
It can be hard for a new creator to get noticed.
I'm guessing those algorithms we talked about before play a big role in all this.
They do.
Yeah.
They really do.
Yeah.
They're like the gatekeepers. They decide which videos people see. And the problem is that they're always changing.
Yeah. I've heard creators complain that their views just completely tank overnight because of an algorithm change.
It happens all the time, yeah.
Really?
And YouTube has made big changes to its algorithm over the years.
Uh-huh.
Like, remember back in 2016 when they started focusing more on watch time?
Yeah. I vaguely remember that.
A lot of those short clickbaity videos just disappeared, right?
Yeah.
Because people weren't watching them all the way through.
Right.
So creators had to start making longer, more engaging videos.
So basically, you have to play by YouTube's rules
You do?
if you want your videos to be seen.
Yeah. And then there's TikTok.
Right.
Nobody really understands TikTok's algorithm.
Yeah. It's like a big secret, right?
It's a black box.
Yeah.
It's stressful for creators because they can't control it.
Right. So we've got market saturation. We've got these algorithm changes. What else?
Platforms can change rules whenever they want.
Oh, yeah. Like 2018,
Yeah.
when YouTube changed how much you need to earn to,
Yeah,
to start making money from ads.
exactly. A lot of smaller channels got demonetized overnight.
Right.
And it was tough on them. And it just shows how risky it is to rely on only one platform.
So you're saying that creators should be on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, like as many platforms as possible.
It's a good idea
Okay.
because then you're not dependent on just one company's rules.
Right. And you can reach more people.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've got market saturation, algorithm changes, these rule changes, anything else?
Well, the income can be really up and down,
Really?
like a roller coaster.
In what way?
Well, Ad revenue fluctuates a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It's usually lower in January after Christmas.
Okay.
And if the economy is bad, brands might not spend as much money on ads.
Right.
So even if your videos are doing well, you might make less money some months.
So you could have like a great month followed by a terrible month.
Yeah.
For reasons completely outside your control.
Exactly. It's unpredictable.
Okay. And sponsorships are the same way, right? You could have a bunch of deals one month and then nothing the next month. So what can you do about that? Like, how do you manage that as a creator?
It goes back to what we talked about before, diversifying your income.
Right. Right.
Having multiple streams of revenue
Mm-hmm.
so that you're not relying on just one thing.
Okay. And I'm guessing, basic financial planning probably helps too.
Absolutely. You need to save money for those slow months.
Right.
And keep track of your expenses.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we've talked about all these external challenges like the algorithms and the rule changes, but what about, the internal stuff?
Why, right?
Like, how does all this affect a creator's mental health?
It's a big issue. A lot of creators struggle with burnout.
Okay.
There's just so much pressure to always be creating new content.
Yeah.
And you have to deal with deadlines and online hate.
Yeah.
It can be really tough.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And your work is always public. Everybody can see it.
So it's hard to turn it off.
It is.
Yeah.
It's hard to separate your work life from your personal life.
Right.
All of that can lead to burnout.
So what's the solution? What can creators do to,
Yeah.
to protect themselves?
Well, self-care is really important.
Like taking breaks.
Yeah, taking breaks, setting boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
Don't spend all your time online.
Yeah, that's good advice in general, actually.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
You also need a good support system.
Like friends and family?
Friends and family, yeah.
Okay.
And other creators.
Yeah, people who get it.
Exactly.
Okay. Are there any other, risks or challenges that we should be talking about?
Yeah, well, there are copyright issues.
Okay.
Like you can get in trouble if you use music or video clips that you don't have permission for.
Oh, so I can't just, use my favorite song in the background of my video.
No, you need to get a license for it.
Right.
And then there's brand safety.
Brand safety, what's that?
Well, brands don't want to be associated with content that's offensive or controversial.
Okay.
So if a creator says or does something bad,
Yeah.
it could hurt their chances of getting sponsorships.
So it's not enough to just be creative and entertaining. You also have to be, responsible.
You do. You really do.
Okay, that makes sense.
And the last thing is platform dependence.
Platform dependence.
Yeah, it's the risk of relying too much on just one platform.
Oh, what if YouTube just shuts down?
Exactly.
Or TikTok?
Or they change the rules in a way that makes it impossible for you to make money.
Right.
And then your whole business is gone.
Yeah.
We saw it happen with Vine.
Right. That was hugely popular. And then
it just disappeared overnight.
So that's why you need to be on multiple platforms.
Right.
Okay, this is all starting to make sense.
Yeah.
But it also sounds like a lot to manage,
It is. It is.
It's not just about making videos anymore.
No, it's a real business.
Yeah.
You need to be creative, but you also need to understand business.
Mm-hmm.
And you need to be able to adapt.
But there are people out there who are making it work.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Right. So what are they doing that we're not?
Well, there are some common strategies
Okay.
that most successful creators use.
Okay, and that's what we're going to talk about next.
Yeah, we'll look at some real-world examples.
All right, sounds good. All right, so let's shift gears a bit and talk about the people who are really killing it in the creator economy.
Okay.
The ones who are making a real living from this and, maybe inspiring others to do the same.
Right.
So what are they doing differently? What's the secret?
Well, when you look at the people who are making a lot of money from this, you start to see some patterns.
Okay.
Some things that they all do.
Interesting.
And the good news is a lot of these strategies can be copied.
Okay.
You can learn from the best.
Yeah.
And apply those lessons to your own channel.
Awesome. So spill the beans. What are these secret strategies?
Well, one thing that most successful creators do is they're consistent.
Consistent.
They post videos regularly.
Oh, okay. So they're not just posting randomly whenever they feel like it.
Right. They have a schedule.
Yeah.
And they stick to it.
So they're basically building a habit.
Yeah.
Both for themselves and for their viewers.
Exactly. If people know when to expect a new video, they're more likely to tune in.
That makes sense.
And the algorithms like it too.
The algorithms?
Yeah.
Why do the algorithms care?
Because it shows that you're a reliable creator.
Okay.
That you're going to keep putting out content.
Right.
So they're more likely to show your videos to more people.
That makes sense. If you're just posting once a month.
Right.
people might forget about you.
Exactly. Or they might find somebody else who posts more often.
So consistency is key.
It really is. It's like anything else in life. If you want to be successful, you have to be consistent.
Yeah, that's true for sure.
Eh.
Okay, so besides consistency, what else are these high earners doing?
They're also creating content that's engaging.
Engaging.
Yeah, they're making videos that people want to watch.
Yeah. Okay, but I feel like that's kind of obvious, right?
Well, it's more than just being entertaining.
Okay.
It's about creating content that people want to talk about.
Uh-huh.
Content that makes them want to leave a comment or share it with their friends.
So you want your videos to, like, spark a conversation.
Exactly. And you need to understand your audience.
Like who they are, what they're interested in.
That's right. You need to know what makes them tick
Yeah.
so that you can create content that they'll actually care about.
So it's not just about, like, chasing trends. It's about finding your niche.
Right.
And, like, becoming an expert in that area.
That's a great way to put it.
Okay, so we've got consistency, engaging content, niche expertise. What else?
Another thing that successful creators do is they collaborate.
Collaborate.
Yeah, they work with other creators.
Like they do videos together.
Yeah, or they just do shout-outs to each other.
Okay.
It's a good way to get your channel in front of a new audience.
Yeah, because you're basically sharing each other's audiences.
Yeah, exactly. And it can lead to some really cool content.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like when two creators with different styles come together,
Yeah.
you can get some really creative stuff.
All right, so consistency, engaging content, niche expertise, collaboration, anything else?
Well, we can't forget about revenue diversification.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We talked about that before.
It's really important.
Yeah.
You don't want to rely on just one way to make money.
Right, like if you're only making money from ads and then the algorithm changes or YouTube changes the rules,
Exactly.
you're kind of stuck.
You are, yeah.
So it's better to have multiple streams of income.
Absolutely. The most successful creators are making money from ads, sponsorships, merch,
Right.
affiliate deals, maybe even events.
So they're not putting all their eggs in one basket.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
They're spreading out the risk.
Okay, so it's not just about being creative. It's also about being smart about business.
It is, yeah.
And a lot of these top creators are actually reinvesting their money
That's right.
back into their channels.
Once they start making money, they use it to make even better content.
Okay, like what kind of stuff are they investing in?
Well, they might buy better equipment
Okay.
or hire editors,
Uh-huh.
maybe even build their own studio.
Wow.
They're basically treating their channel like a business.
Right.
And that's how they're able to keep growing.
Okay, this is all really interesting, but can we get a little more specific?
Sure.
Can you give us some examples of creators who are doing this well?
Yeah, let's start with Marquise Brownlee.
Mark Brownlee.
Yeah, he's also known as MKBHD.
Oh, yeah. I know him. He does those tech reviews.
He does, yeah.
Really high quality stuff.
He's one of the best.
Yeah.
And he's a great example of how to be successful in the creator economy.
So how did he get so big?
Well, he started by finding his niche, which is tech.
Mark.
He loves technology,
Mm-hmm.
and he's really good at explaining it in a way that's easy to understand.
Yeah, I've seen his videos. They're very well produced.
He's got a great voice, too.
Yeah, he does.
And he was really consistent.
Okay.
He posted videos every week,
Mm-hmm.
and he built up an audience of people who trust him.
Okay, so he found his niche, he was consistent, and he built trust.
Exactly. And then he started diversifying his income.
How so?
Well, he makes money from ads on YouTube,
Right.
but he also gets sponsorships from tech companies.
Oh, that makes sense.
And he does affiliate marketing.
Right.
So he's got multiple streams of income.
Okay, cool.
And he even has his own merch.
Really?
T-shirts, hoodies.
Wow, he's built like a whole empire.
He has.
It's pretty amazing.
It is.
Okay, can you give me another example?
Sure, let's talk about Simply Nailogical.
Oh, yeah, Simply Nailogical.
She's the one with the nail polish line?
Yeah, Hollow Taco, right.
That's it.
I've heard it's really popular.
It is, yeah.
It always sells out.
She's a great example of how to leverage your audience to build a business.
Okay, so she didn't just stick to YouTube ads.
No, she created a product that her audience actually wanted.
And it worked.
It did, yeah.
It's really smart.
It is. She basically used her YouTube channel to launch a business.
That's cool.
It's something that more and more creators are doing.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Okay, so those are two YouTube examples.
Yeah.
What about TikTok?
Right. Are there any TikTokers who have, like, turned their viral fame into a real career?
Absolutely. Bella Porch is a good example.
Bella Porch.
Yeah, she had that viral video a few years ago.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Everyone was doing that, like, head bobbing thing.
That's the one.
Yeah.
And she was able to turn that fame into a music career.
Oh, wow.
And she gets a lot of brand deals.
So she used TikTok to get famous.
Yeah.
And then she used that fame to build a career outside of TikTok.
Exactly.
That's really smart.
It is. And a lot of TikTokers are doing the same thing.
Okay, so the key takeaway is that you don't want to just be on one platform.
Right.
You want to be on multiple platforms.
Yeah.
And you want to be thinking about your long-term goals.
Absolutely.
Okay, these case studies are really inspiring.
They are. Yeah.
It shows that it's possible to make it as a creator.
It is. It's not easy.
Yeah, it takes work.
It does.
But it's possible.
It is.
Okay, so just to recap, what are the key takeaways here?
Be consistent, create engaging content, find your niche, collaborate with other creators, diversify your income, and be smart about business.
Okay, got it. And I guess most importantly, don't give up.
Yeah. You have to be resilient.
Yeah.
There will be setbacks,
Mm-hmm.
but if you keep working at it, you can be successful.
Well, this has been an awesome deep dive.
Yeah, it has.
I feel like I've learned a lot
Me too.
about the creator economy.
Mhm.
It's a lot more complicated than I thought,
It is, yeah.
but it's also really exciting.
It is.
I'm feeling inspired.
Yeah.
So to everyone listening, what's your passion?
Yeah.
What kind of videos do you want to make?
Out your niche.
What's one small step you can take today to start building your own creator business?
The possibilities are endless.
They really are.
Thanks for listening.
And we'll see you next time.